Radio V. Radio in TV. Radio in TV.
Radio V, the Inside Metal Show. I am your host, Bob Nalbandian, and we got no guest today because we're going to do a very special NAMM episode. I was at the NAMM show this last January for a couple of the days and caught up with some great old friends and some great musicians from back in the day and currently. And of course, the NAMM show, many people know, is held in late January every year at the Anaheim Convention Center. It's where all the musicians get together in one spot, and it's just one giant party, and it's a lot of fun, a lot of great people there, and interviewed some great bands. One of the key bands that we're going to feature on this episode is Accept. I ran into the great Wolf Hoffman and Peter Baltus from Accept, so we're going to play a segment from that interview we did back in the hotel room at the NAMM show, and also ran into a lot of other artists, including old school metal, LA metal guys, Heretic and Abattoir, and a couple of guys from Body Count. And what other bands did we interview? Well, you'll see. We'll have them all featured on this segment coming up. Jerry Best from the band Lion. So this is going to be just a compilation of different interviews that were taken from the NAMM show. So with that said, Mr. Frank, I think we'll go ahead and start. Should we start with the Accept piece? Let's do it, man. Let's start with Accept Peter Baltus and Wolf Hoffman, and then we'll just continue on with some other interviews from there. This is the Inside Metal Show on TradioV. Bob Nalbandian here from Inside Metal NAMM 2015. Hanging out here on a Saturday, met a lot of great people. We're going to show you some of the interview snippets we did during NAMM 2015 coming right up. All right, this is Bob Nalbandian from Inside Metal. I'm standing here with three thrash metal legends from the LA scene. We got Eric Meyer from Dark Angel. What's up? My man Julian Mendez.
Heretic.
And Stu from Heretic and
Reverend.
Yeah, hanging out here at the NAMM show 2015, and I know all these bands have reformed. We got Heretic reformed with Julian and Stu, and of course Brian, original guitar player, and of course Dark Angel now reformed with my man Eric Meyer, who I went to school with at Marina High School, 15 years old.
Back in the day.
Yeah, the man, always a metalhead. Then he turned punk for a little while. Eric Meyer and Gene Hoagland, the original Ron Reinhardt,
and Jim Durkin, and Mike Gonzalez.
Yeah. Dark Angel. So, dude, I mean, it's been 30 years. You guys are back playing. I know you guys have been doing the festivals. I know you've been touring all over Europe doing the festivals.
Yep, it's been fantastic.
Yeah, so tell us about the festival. You did Headbangers Open Air, I know?
Yes, we did. Actually, I'm wearing the shirt.
There you go.
HOA. We did it with Overkill, and met a couple of great, actually, a lot of bands out there from Germany, France, Italy. Some boys right here from the U.S. Bloodfeast, man. Love those fuckers, man. Representing the Jersey area.
Yeah.
Those guys were awesome. Awesome characters.
Good to see Heretic back.
But fuck, hey, man. Fucking Dark Angel, dude. I was fucking loving it.
You guys got to do a tour together, man. Come on.
Yeah, we should do that, man. That'd be cool. That'd be cool. Both South Bay.
Maybe throw some old Reverend songs in, you know?
Yeah, we can do that. Is that all right, Brian? Can we do some old Reverend songs? Yes, we will.
Very cool. So, what do you got going on NAMM here? You just hanging out?
I'm just hanging, man. That's all I'm up to here.
Yeah, I'm just a singer, so I really don't belong here, you know. But you know, I'm just here hoping to meet into good people. Like, I haven't seen you in a while.
Wow, I was at the Malone show a couple months back.
We'll bump into each other, but we never really did.
I tell you that show. kicked ass, man. You guys are sounding better than ever. It's like, it hasn't even changed from 30 years. It's like, boom. And you got some new material. You're recording with Bill Matoya, right? Doing some new stuff?
Well, we would hope to work with Bill. Right now, we got our guy named John Haddad. He's our guy who did the Time of Crisis album, our last album a year and a half ago. Really happy with him. I really would love to get something going on with Bill, because I love Bill. You know Bill.
Bill did our first record.
That's right.
He did our
We have
first.
arrived.
Yeah, exactly. Asher Records taking us back.
Dude, he did it all. The first Slayer album, the
Yeah.
first Armored Saint EP.
That's right.
Probably see him here, bro.
Oh, I'm sure he'll be here. Are you gonna release a new Dark Angel material? I know you said
We're
you were
working
kinda
on
working
it. Yeah,
some stuff.
we are working on new shit
I heard
right
some
now.
of the killer riffs that you were coming up with.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe some of the stuff will be featured.
Well, Gene
in
Hogan,
your,
if you have time away from your 27 million projects, let's get on a new Dark Angel right now.
Exactly. Maybe you'll feature some snippets in the flicks.
Absolutely. Well, we got Gene and Eric both in the Rise of LA thrash metal movie that'll be coming out real soon.
Yeah.
And so, what you got? Just some festival? I know you're doing Bloodstock coming up.
Yeah, that's the only one we got on the calendar so far. But hopefully things. I'm sure things have changed. Imminently. So.
Yeah, this guy, he was wearing an AC/DC shirt when we were 15.
Yep.
Highway to Hell
Highway to
shirt.
Hell,
I was seeing it at school, the only guy wearing an AC/DC shirt. I go, I got this. Oh, fuck that guy's. This is when AC/DC was underground.
Yeah.
Long Beach
Highway to
Arena,
Hell.
last show with Bon Scott, about a month or two before he passed away.
Yeah.
They cut the Long Beach Arena in half. And I'm like, fuck, I gotta talk to this guy.
Man.
Then a month later, he shaves his head and he's gone punk. I'm like, fucking sellout, motherfucker.
Yeah.
But he came back, man. Back then it was like the borderline. You had to go. There wasn't like AC/DC was as heavy as you could get, but AC/DC and Priest.
AC/DC, Van Halen, Aerosmith.
And if you want to get heavier, a lot of them went to the punk, and then the thrash metal came. A lot of the punks started getting into thrash metal.
That was it.
That's
man.
when I remember you called me, dude. I just joined this band, Dark Angel.
Yeah.
Like, there you go.
I remember seeing Armored Saint, man. That was a big fucking
I was with you
turnaround.
at the,
A big
Woodstock
fucking
deal like that.
turnaround for me, man.
the Woodstock.
I was like, man, this is so fucking good, and this is so like small. There's like 25 people there, and those guys were just. And it seemed like fucking Iron Maiden to me, and I was just like, oh my god, I was just doing the wrong thing. It was a turnaround.
I don't know. You guys played tons of shows with Armored Saint.
Yeah, man.
They were like,
Dude, remember the parties that you had?
oh yeah,
the rehearsal studio thing.
What Armored Saint? We done it that Eden rehearsals when we had Armored Saint play. And,
Yes,
that
yeah,
was
Eden,
nice.
man.
Yeah.
Fucking Mike, dude. Miss you,
Yeah.
Mike. Jesus Christ.
Mike
But you
was
know what?
fantastic.
Hey, Eden was badass. Armored Saint, the boys, John's my boy. Man, got tons of stories about John and the guys, but
we all got stories about
some need to stay in closets,
Cool.
Fuck it, it's metal, nothing stays in closets for long.
Well, right on. Well, how can people contact you guys? I know you guys got a new website.
Yeah, we have a website, hereticusa.com, and you can get everything that we're doing and updates on what we're going to be playing. And we're coming out with a new album. Hopefully get in the studio in the next 3 weeks to start recording the second album, so far entitled Demonized. But yeah, it's a follow-up to A Time of Crisis. But yeah, we're looking forward to it. The sound is relevant. It's a new direction from where Heretic has been, but still heavy. And you'll see a lot of the old thrash metal licks, chops, and you'll see a lot of influences on this album.
Right on. A Dark Angel. You got a
Dark Angel at Dark Angel official Facebook thing.
There you go.
Yeah, get all the info.
Inside Metal, right there.
Yep.
Dark Angel, Heretic, Old School Reverend. Support these guys. Come see them live. Check out their new albums. Inside Metal. Inside Metal with my good friend Ira Black from Lizzie Borden, Attica 7, and several other projects you've been involved with over the years.
Juggling.
Yeah, we went out to Korea together last summer it was.
Yeah,
wasn't it?
yeah.
Had a
Pen and
blast
Port
out there.
Festival, yeah.
The big Pen and Port 3-day festival with Lizzie Borden. Had a blast. This guy's a maniac.
Robar.
That's me. Yeah, absolutely. So tell me about what's going on with Attica 7 now. You got
All kind of stuff. We're working on a new record. Just about finished with it. We're playing a show here on January 29th at the Whiskey. We're going to unveil our new music. And, we're looking for a record deal right now. So basically it's a showcase, so that's kind of where we're at with it. But we basically scrapped the old style and started, fresh, and we got a totally modern, super heavy with tinges of melodic stuff going on with it. Believe it or not, for the band, it's kind of a bizarre twist for us, but it's turned out really nice.
And that, of course, is Evan Seinfeld, and who are the other members?
We got Rusty Coons.
Rusty Coons, that's right.
He was on Sons of Anarchy, played Rain Quinn, and we have Tommy Holt, who's played the band UPO, which is Zoltan from Five Finger Death Punch was in that band previously.
Right.
And then we have Gus Crines playing bass for us. He's a producer, this young producer kid that's in North Hollywood. He's just doing a great job, getting great sound. So we were working with him, making our new record.
Right.
And we needed a bassist for the Knot Fest. We were playing at the Knot Fest. So Evan's, a bassist from my house and a singer, but we're like, well, you just do it. And he's like, no, I just want to be the front man. So it just popped up like, well, Gus can play guitar, he can play bass, he can play drums. Let's have him come in and sit in with us. And it just clicked. And he's already recording our music, so he already knows it,
There you go, perfect. I know you just got back from Russia and Eastern Europe with Lizzie Borden, man. I saw the photos. I heard the show's been awesome out there. Crazy time to go to Russia, but you guys went out there and
it was a nice surprise. I mean, you never know the time of year or like whatever band you're going out with. It's like it can be hit or miss sometimes.
Sure.
And I've been out to Europe with Lizzie, and in 2008, it was an all right tour. I mean, we had fun and stuff, of course. Obviously, some shows are better than others, but this time it just killed, man. I mean, most of the shows were really packed, and then we had a couple of festivals play, these winter indoor festival things. Awesome. We ended up doing a show with Morbid Angel and Ed Guy and some other bands, and there was like 5,000 person venue sold out in
I
Czech
love
Republic.
the way the Europeans and even Easterners got that diversity from Lizzie Borden to Morbid Angel to
On the
a
same
progressive
bill.
band like Ed Guy. That's awesome. Yeah.
And as you know, Jessica, my girl, she came out to Korea with us. She flew out for the last week of the tour out in Europe and into Russia, and it was great for her to see that, like in Czech Republic. She hadn't been over there with me yet to see that kind of stuff. So it's like, here, this 5,000 people sold out this awesome indoor soccer thing, and we go outside. It's like midnight, and there's thousands of people out there in this like carnival, and it's all metalheads.
That's awesome. Yeah.
We were just kind of like, what the, where'd this come from, But it was nice to see that the true metalheads, that run into out there on the road.
That's awesome.
Stuff like that.
So where could people check out anything about Ira Black? I know you got some social media pages for both Lizzie Borden and Attica 7.
Yeah, I have Attica 7 Facebook page. Lizzie Borden has a Facebook page. Obviously, that one's doing pretty well. But you go to Facebook / just Ira Black, and I also have a fan page under Ira Black.
Right on.
It's Ira Black official.
Awesome, Ira Black. I've seen that.
Yeah.
All right, Inside Metal with my good friend Mr. Monte Pittman. How are you?
What's up, Bob?
We have the Orange Amps here at NAMM 2015 to, of course, endorse Mr. Pittman. Guitars for Ministry, just joined Ministry, and of course everyone knows Madonna's guitar player. He's been playing with him 14 years.
Something like that.
Something like that. And he's got his great solo album on Metal Blade.
Hey, yeah.
The Metal Madman, Monte Pittman.
Just came out with 3 new videos. I don't know if you've seen
You were
those
telling me
yet.
about it. I've been stuck in NAMM the last couple of days, and tell us about them.
Well, we did 3 videos. One for the song "Delusions of Grandeur," one for "Away from Here," and one for "Missing."
Right.
And "Delusions of Grandeur" is like the pro shot.
That was from the Whiskey
main
show,
one.
right?
No, that's Vince from Metal Blade. Vince Edwards directed that one. He's
awesome. He's great.
amazing at what he does. And then one for "Away from Here" that was just like a last-minute thought.
Right.
And we just pulled down a screen, and it's all one take. But it came out great. So we did that, and then the one for the Whiskey is the song "Missing."
Oh, cool.
And that one, it's just you see us playing live at the Whiskey.
Definitely have to check that out. Hey, you're leaving in a couple weeks, right, with Ministry?
Yeah, a couple weeks, few weeks, I don't know.
Prepared, that's a whole new thing, a whole new ball game. First time going out with them.
Ready to
Had
go.
learn the
I'm
whole
excited.
set.
Yeah, I love playing with them. We've been rehearsing and working up all the material. And
How's Al doing? I saw his new look with all these piercings everywhere.
Al's doing great.
Yeah.
Al is Al.
Right on.
And I had my trial by fire yesterday. I did a signing with them.
Right.
So
Worked out good?
good times. Lots of laughs.
All right.
As always with them. But yeah, I'm excited doing that. To be, playing those songs, and it's a lot of fun. Great guys, great music.
Definitely in you're back playing with Tommy Victor from Prong. Right? He's played in this tour.
Tommy played with Ministry for a long time.
Right.
And,
He's back with them though, right? Doing this or no?
Right now it's me and Sid.
Oh, okay.
Tommy's got a lot of stuff for Prong coming up. They got a covers album.
I gotcha.
It's coming out, and then they got a tour coming up in April.
Okay.
So check out the new Prong covers album. It's a killer.
Absolutely. Definitely check out Monte Pittman on tour with Ministry. The Power of Three. Debut album on Metal Blade. Killer album. Great album for all you true metalheads. And for all you pop fans out there, catch up with Madonna whenever he goes out on tour. And he'll be doing Pantera riffs with Madonna too, so don't worry.
Have something for everybody.
He always keeps the metal edge, Monte.
Cool. Something for everybody.
And then you got to go ahead and go to MontePittman.com and Monte Pittman everywhere.
MontePittman.com. Twitter is at Monte Pittman. Facebook Monte Pittman. So not hard to find these days.
Right.
Hey, I'm Dean Kane, and you are watching TradioV. I'm watching it too. Right now. Seriously.
Join Dave Navarro and friends for Dark Matter, Wednesdays at 9 p.m. on TradioV.
Dave Navarro here, Dark Matter Radio, TradioV.com.
The universe is vast, enormous, huge, full of stars, planets and matter. Some of the matter is so dense that not even light escapes.
Get on the mic, get on the mic, get on the mic, get on the mic, Frank.
Pardon me, sir. Pardon my reach.
See, and you guys were worried. I think this is going great.
Pardon my reach.
Get the away from me, dude.
You are really beautiful.
Thanks, you guys.
He's one of the most beautiful people I've ever known.
This is pretty much every week. He brings in a guest that tells him how beautiful he is.
Pardon my reach? If you have to reach over me, then don't do it.
He is the straightest gay guy I know.
Dave Navarro signing off. Dark Matter. Thank you for listening. Bye.
Dark Matter with Dave Navarro, Wednesdays at 9 p.m. on TradioV.
TradioV. Radio in TV. Radio in TV.
All right, here with my good buddy Neil Turbin, man, from the Death Riders. Good to see you. And of course, original Anthrax vocalist Neil Turbin, hanging out here at NAMM 2015. And you got a lot of shit going on, Neil. What's tell us about the new release you got coming out?
Well, we're working on 2 albums, one for Death Riders and one for Bleed the Hunger. So we're working on Death Riders CD with Matt Thompson from King Diamond on the drums, Jonas Hornquist from the band Treasureland, and Bleed the Hunger on guitar, and Death Riders, and also Howie Simon.
Oh wow, he's great.
Howie, of course, from Alcatraz, Talisman, Nelson, and Scrap Metal. Howie's awesome. Jonas is awesome, and Matt's awesome. I'm just excited to be working hard on it, getting the tracks done for Death Riders. So we're all, working on that remotely right now. And also Bleed the Hunger is another band that I have, which is a classic hard rock band. Which there's tracks out there on SoundCloud and Reverb Nation. Bleed the Hunger. You can just type it into Google and find it. But we're working on that, and I'm also doing some other stuff.
Up too?
Actually, just did Neil and Michael's Metal Jam over at the Slide Bar.
Oh yeah, Fullerton.
So we had our first time sold out, which was cool, and it was for Ronnie James Dio Stand Up and Shout Cancer Fund and Dick Wagner's Rockers for St. Jude's. So it was a benefit show. And we had some great people that came and played with us. I mean, Zach Stevens, Jeff Martin, Sean Duncan. We had
Odin and DC4.
Yeah.
Right and speaking of Dick
Matt
Wagner,
Thompson.
You were probably one of the last people to perform with Dick Wagner at the big rock and roll autograph show. I saw that at the LAX. That was just a few months prior to his passing.
Yes.
What a great guy. We interviewed Dick there, and super nice guy, and of course a legend. Alice Cooper, a lot of the early Aerosmith stuff. Trey kept it rolling. He played the session guitar, Kiss, all sorts of stuff. And you were out there doing a big jam with all those guys, man.
Yeah, it was awesome to be part of that. And Dick Wagner's, obviously an icon, a legend, and really great guy to work with. And it was cool being part of that because it was for St. Jude's. It was Rockers for St. Jude's. So it was the same charity that we, were also doing the benefit for, as well as Ronnie James Dio Stand Up and Shout Cancer Fund. So we were excited to, try to embrace both artists who are great and their charities. And also being part of that jam was cool because there was a lot of old time, I don't want to say old, but just, when you're growing up and you hear bands and some of these bands influence you and they're
Jim Dandy, Carmine and Peace,
yeah.
I mean, everyone was out there. Yeah.
Yeah, I made great friends out of that, yeah. I mean, I'm buddies with the guys from Black Oak, Arkansas, and, some of the different artists there. Got to hang out with Chris Holmes and Dave Ellison. I was right sandwiched in between. My booth was next to theirs, so it was cool.
That's right, cool, man. Well, once again, man, definitely support Death Riders and any of Neil's projects you got going on. Of course, you got some websites, I know.
DeathRiders.com. And you can check out our music right now at Death Riders on Reverb Nation. So obviously ReverbNation.com and /Death Riders, and also Bleed the Hunger. So it would be the same address with Bleed the Hunger after that. So we've got some new tracks, new songs out there, new information, new stuff to listen to, and just got to get the albums done and get out there and play because that's where it's at, playing live.
Very cool, man. Rock on. Thanks, Neil.
Thanks a lot, Bob. Great seeing you.
Got it.
All right.
Yeah. Inside Metal with the Gong.
Oh, what's that?
And Phil Sandoval.
Phil Sandoval right here from
Armored Saints.
Yeah. What's better than that?
That's
What's up,
right.
baby?
Armored Saint, after 33, 34 years, still going strong.
And still.
Guys are going out on the road with Saxon. You're recording a new record.
Yes, the recording is done and it's in the mixing
It's
mode.
completely done.
Yes,
I heard some of the tracks. I gotta
really?
say,
Look
yeah.
at you got better.
Exclusive.
You know some people.
I know some people. Hey, what can I tell you? Really, really fucking good stuff.
The way we're making this record is definitely unique in its own way. In the past, we would write songs together and be all together in the same room, but with technology and different methods and templates, we're able to record this record at different times with not everybody having to be there. So, with that said, it is being mixed now, and I'm sure it sounds great.
It does sound great. I can tell you that. And I should know. I knew these guys back in 1981. One of the first shows at the Woodstock. Pre-Joey Vera, I got to emphasize, way back when in the day, and still 33 years later, sounding better than ever, still selling out everywhere. You're doing some festivals in Europe. Yes. You guys alone sold out the House of Blues.
Thank you very much.
And now you're playing with Saxon at the House of Blues. Is there going to be a second night added?
There should be. There
should be, because I know
you guys should buy the tickets. But we are doing some.
How many shows are you doing with?
We're doing Anaheim and Hollywood.
Oh, the Grove.
We're doing the House of Blues in Anaheim.
Oh, okay, cool.
And then Hollywood, San Jose, San Diego.
2 shows in the south.
The south. Las Vegas. We're going to play in Boston and New York. We're going to do a little bit of Texas that hasn't been confirmed yet.
Nice. Saxon's huge in Texas.
Yeah, and with Saxon, it's great to play with them, and it's just good to be out live. We're excited.
I saw you with Saxon back at the Santa Monica PVA Auditorium.
Oh yeah.
And that was what, 1984, 85?
That was a long time.
86.
86. This guy knows every date ever. What was the day and the time and the weather like at that show?
It was raining at Santa Monica. It just rained. This is March, I believe.
He's serious.
It's cool.
Easter of '86. I remember that. Near Easter.
I remember I did a drum solo at the PVA because usually I wasn't in the set.
That's right.
But that
as an opening artist, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, that night I was allowed to rock it up a bit, and so I did.
Very cool. Very cool. So going out with
in
Saxon
1986. Yeah, we're going out in 2015. Dang!
And you guys got your own thing going on. You got Black Raven.
Yes, we have Black Raven. We have Daniel Hicks back here.
Dan the man!
He plays
There he is in the background.
He's our lead flute player,
There he is.
and it's very unique music. That's the
American
whole story,
Indian flute.
The whole
Yeah.
story in
Guitar.
itself.
That's interesting because Toby here actually plays the skin flute.
Oh, wow.
The Swedish skin.
Swedish skin flute.
I play it really well.
It's not American Indian, it's Swedish.
That's a whole other ball game. But definitely the American Indian flute is a tone that is very heartfelt, and it goes deep. So it's definitely music with a broad scope.
That's good stuff, man. I've heard it's a really very good spiritual.
And we're looking forward, yes, it's very spiritual. It's very, its intention is to help heal the human condition. It's a very broad stroke there, but as you get into the music, there's, I believe, 12 beautiful tracks, or 14? 14? Yeah. And we can't wait to release that. That'll be out in the spring of 2015, which is in like 2 months.
And
it's
also,
all done.
in the spring of 2015, the new Armored Saint on Metal Blade.
Yes, the new Armored Saint.
Armored Saint. Summertime is going to be coming out.
Armored Saint is going to be blessed enough to go to France and Germany, England, Belgium, the really bigger festivals in Europe. We're really blessed and are excited to go to Europe and rock big time.
Did you confirm a title for the album? Or?
We do?
Yes,
it is confirmed.
Wait,
Yeah?
it
Well,
is? Yes,
you can
it
be
is.
doing exclusive right now. Tell us.
But
Phil.
I'm
Come
not
on.
gonna. Yeah.
Come on, Phil.
I'll tell you what. It's
Come
one of the
on.
songs. It's one of the name of the songs, and it's probably going to be one of the first songs. That's all I can tell you.
Jeez, wants to give it all away.
We're going to be doing the photo shoot.
Anyway,
For the cover of the album in February.
Yeah.
You know, I had Niels Lozar on my show the other night, the other day, and he was
Niels
talking
a
about
great guy.
the shoot you did. Oh, look! Who the fuck is that in the background? Photo bomb.
Photo bomber.
All the time.
Video bomber.
Do you have anything better to do? God damn it! No.
Stephanie rocks.
We're having fun. Hey, how about you guys?
NAMM Show 2015.
NAMM Show, come here.
Come on, you can dance to the NAMM Show.
Armored Saint 2015. Come on.
Said you could dance at the NAMM Show. There's
You can
nothing
dance.
wrong with it.
So what are you guys doing tonight? Well, look at that groove. Dude, is this guy groove or what, man?
Is that metal?
That is the gong.
It
doesn't get any more metal than
it's
that.
a hybrid
metal, man.
dance, man. You guys study those moves. There'll be a quiz.
Oh yeah.
So.
All right, the Gonz, Phil.
Yeah,
New album
yeah,
coming out
Bob.
summer.
Inside Metal.
Armored Saint.
By the way, he's got a great movie.
Tell us about it. You came to see the movie. Talk about the movie.
The movie was great. It talks about all the stuff.
Starwood, baby.
Starwood.
Pioneers of LA hard rock and metal, the first installment of the Inside Metal project.
We used to
You
go to
guys
the
grew up.
Starwood.
You saw
and
Y&T,
We
you saw
saw
Smile,
Y&T,
you saw
Smile, Sweet 19.
Snow.
All the everybody.
A la carte.
A la carte. All kinds of really unique bands.
That was a great time to be.
We never
getting into
quite
music.
made it like with the happening backstage scene, but we were more young.
Well, you were kids back then.
Yeah, we
We were
were kids.
kids.
Impression.
I was a little too
We
young
were
back then.
impressionable by all the music and how cool the musicians were, and so that was our goal to play at the Starwood at least a weekend.
Yeah, that was we
It was a
used
big
to
goal
think-
of ours.
That would be great to play the
That was
Starwood.
it closed down before, yeah.
Yeah, but it closed down.
But you know what? Thank you, God Almighty, because we just wanted to play weekends at the Starwood, and the story goes we got to play those type of clubs all over the United States,
right.
not just in Hollywood,
And I said
and
you guys
now
are
in
hoopies.
Europe. And we're blessed to be in a band and still writing and playing music that we enjoy, and we're looking forward to pumping the power of it out. 2015 Armored Saint.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, man. Armored Saint, new album, yet untitled. Summer 2015.
Right. And Black Raven, that one's called Native Night. It comes out in spring 2015. It's an amazing collaboration of musical styles, and we like to consider it as audio medicine.
There you go, audio medicine. Everyone needs a little audio medicine.
That's
these
right.
days.
That's right.
Gonzo,
Yes.
Sandoval, Phil Sandoval,
Yeah.
Armored Saint, Black Raven. Thank you, gentlemen.
NAMM 2015. This is Ernie C., one of the dead. Shiny Shine with Body Count. The NAMM 2015 show in the house.
Hey, hello, this is David Faustino, and you are watching TradioV. Do you see what I'm saying? It's television crossed with radio. It's all together. It's weird. Radio's in the middle of it. It's amazing. You're watching it. Go.
Love and marriage, love and marriage.
This is Quick Fix Radio.
Quick Fix Radio.
Yeah. Check it out, y'all. We back in the building. What's going on?
Yes, sir. What it do? We got some super special guests up in the place,
in
man.
the building, we got all 5 live in the building. Bone Thugs in the building.
We
house
up in here
tonight, y'all. What's going on?
Hey, man, I had to come see what this TV radio what this all about. You know what I'm saying? Hey.
We got Game on the line. Game, what's going down, baby?
What up? What up, Craig?
What's going on? Oh man, we got EPO Dylan. Who's this on the phone with us?
Yo, what up, man? It's Akon.
Akon in the building. Who is this on the line?
Be Real.
We got Be Real. Be Real. What else we got on the line?
This is Ty Dolla $ign right here.
What up, Ty Dolla $ign in the building. Thanks to all the fans for stopping by.
The Quick Fix with Crazy Bone, right here on TradioV.
Radio V. Radio in TV. Radio in TV.
Hello, I'm Frank Mello from Anthrax here at NAMM 2015. You're watching Inside Metal.
Hi, this is Julian Mendez of Heretic, and you are watching Inside Metal. Along here with Stu,
Eric,
and Eric, Dark Angel. Also,
Heretic,
and Reverend.
Formerly Reverend.
Eric Meyer, Dark Angel, Inside Metal.
Hey, this is Monte Pittman here at NAMM 2015, and you're watching Inside Metal.
Okay. Hi, I'm Jerry Best here from the NAMM Show 2015. You're watching Inside Metal.
All right, we got Peter Baltus and Wolf Hoffman.
The legendary Peter Baltus.
Legendary Wolf Hoffman.
Legendary.
The Riffmeister.
Great to be with you guys. I like the bunk beds. Is that even on camera? No, probably not.
No, but that's where you got to get too drunk tonight. You always got a place to crash. That's a good thing. See, we take care of our musicians.
That's right.
Friends
We like
here.
that.
Yes. So early on, I mean, I got accepted.
Let's roll back the time to
1980. I picked up. It was a Gem Records import. It was I'm a Rebel, but it was just called Accept back then. It was the I'm the Rebel album. China Lady, Save Us, all those songs. Because there weren't many domestic records that came out. You had Iron Maiden.
That's true.
Saxon,
Yeah.
Motorhead, Ace of Spades. And nothing in Germany except for Scorpions Crocus came out.
Switzerland.
Close enough.
And the Accept album, and that was my first installment to Accept. It was like, I saw this. I saw Udo Dirk Schneider with the long hair, a tattooed cross.
We all look like drag queens. Like,
with Lawrence stuff, I'm good.
Wow, this is kind of different. I got to check out this band.
Wow, yeah.
I heard it.
Man, that's one of the, still to this day, probably the most embarrassing photo we have floating around. And I remember that the makeup artist told us, don't worry about it, it's not going to show up on film so much. We just have to overdo it a little bit. It might look funny to you now. And we all looked at each other like, we thought like totally ridiculous. But, she said, it's not going to be, it doesn't show up on film as much. It's we have to overdo it a little bit. Okay.
Back then we believed everything, come on.
Okay.
But back then that's how it was. All that, especially in LA, all the glam scene.
Yeah, but we didn't want to look that way. We just wanted to look normal, but she just made us all pretty with eyeliners and all that shit, and we thought like, this doesn't feel right, but we'll go along. But we have to pay the price. At first we weren't really so comfortable with the term heavy metal. I remember we didn't really know whether that was an insult or what. Heavy metal, that sounds like didn't really know what to make of that term. But eventually we felt like, actually, the more we think about it, if anybody's heavy metal, we're metal. So then all of a sudden, we were cool with it. But initially, we didn't really know where would that lead. Is that really a good thing to be heavy metal, or a bad thing, or what does that really mean?
Right. We didn't know where it comes from. And later we were guessing maybe it comes because the English bands came from an area where there's the iron industry, and then we realized later, well, that's where we come from in Germany.
Because we grew up Yeah, because we grew up in this equivalent of what Manchester is in Britain, in England. There was, the Ruhrgebiet in Germany.
This coal industry and iron.
Yeah. Steel and coal and all that, yeah.
It's interesting because a lot of the British bands, we could go back to the Beatles.
Right.
They made their mark they started in Germany at the one of the
in
clubs
Hamburg,
in
yeah.
Hamburg.
It's true. Mm-hmm.
And a lot of those bands, and even like you go back to old UFO and everything, they were much bigger in Germany than they were.
Crazy, isn't it? Yeah.
In England.
And to this day, actually, a lot of metal bands again.
Absolutely. And it really started there, but there weren't too many. You had Scorpions, and then you had. All the brain bands, you had, Kraftwerk, and then you had like Lucifer's Friend, Eloy, and more progressive bands.
Yeah, long time ago, yeah.
Yeah, but you guys really, apart from, perhaps Scorpions, were the only real heavy band. What was your influences then, or what, were there bands you grew up on?
90% of the bands that we listened to came out of England, actually. Mm-hmm. I mean, there was Uriah Heep, there was Deep Purple, there was Judas Priest.
And there were these 5 Australian guys.
Yeah, well, of course, AC/DC. After, sure. But a lot of the initially it was all Queen and who else was that?
That was it. There was not much more.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of AC/DC, interesting story. The song "I'm a Rebel" was originally written as Van Dyne Young Publishing. They wrote it for AC/DC.
True. Mm-hmm.
And they never actually recorded it. And you guys...
They actually did record it.
Oh, they did record it
in Hamburg.
I actually heard that.
Yeah, but they never wanted to really release it.
No, they didn't want to release it, right.
Right. And you guys put it out, and it sounds like on the era AC/DC, yeah. Was that a pretty big hit for you? That was kind of your...
I would say it's a big hit, but it was certainly a radio friendlier song. I mean, we've tried it because in those days, our publisher at the time had that song in his catalog, and the opinion then was about these are pretty good guys, but maybe their songwriting isn't strong enough, so why don't we hook them up with a professional songwriter, and maybe then they'll get some radio exposure. And we've tried this with many other bands, and it was working for them, and later on you can do your own material later.
Right.
So we felt like, really, a cover song? But sure, why not? We'll give it a try. We like the song.
At first we didn't want to do it, remember? It was like,
Yeah, we weren't like 100% convinced, but we gave it a try, and we played along, and we liked the song enough to where we felt like, it feels like that could be us, and to me, to this day, that song isn't 100% accept, but it's enough of us that we felt like that we would try that, and certainly because it was one of the AC/DC brothers.
Sure.
Well, that's cool enough for us,
Mm-hmm.
So we did it, yeah.
And then, of course, with Breaker, son of a bitch, Breaker, that was like that kind of established you guys even here in the States in the underground.
Yeah.
And then when Restless and Wild came out,
it defined us a little bit.
Absolutely. And now when you toured with Judas Priest, that was right when Restless and Wild came out. You did some shows in England with them?
A lot of shows, all over Europe, actually. For us, that was a groundbreaking tour because it was the first time ever to tour with a really professional metal band, and this is how the big boys do it, and we were still bloody amateurs in those days.
Mm. Well, first time you came to America was like, wow, this is like, it was like seeing an arena band, like a Judas Priest, or even when Iron Maiden first came out, it was just like, this is, everything was like perfect. And so it was just a matter of just rehearsing and getting everything.
Yeah. We, I think we put a lot of time into that back then. We sort of made the moves together, and, we worked with Gabby, our manager, together, and we always fine-tuned the show, and we just wanted to get a more professional,
well, it enhanced the music too. I mean, if you go like this, da 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 da, and you play da 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 da, it has an impact. But we were, Gabi wanted something that we looked like man and we looked powerful, and that was part of being powerful. Is being when three people do the same thing.
Show, we always realized, and to this day, I think you've got to give the people not just the music. You got to put a little effort in there. It's supposed to be entertaining. It's supposed to be a show, and not just a bunch of guys staring at their shoes and playing metal.
Absolutely. Cool.
So, I mean, there's always a show element to this day in what we do. I mean,
we do it automatically.
Yeah.
Even with new songs now, if there's a part that feels like something from the old, we automatically do that movement. It's like almost like part of the style of the riff.
But back in those days, we actually worked on these things a lot more.
Cool. Well, let's go to current. Did you have any questions about the old school?
I'm curious. Is there any song or album that you guys feel represents Accept more than anything else? Is there anything that you would say that this specific song is the core of Accept? I mean, because there's so many good songs, and for me...
Well, obviously Balls to the Wall was probably the most iconic song, I would say, the most well-known song. I mean, besides Fast as a Shark, maybe those two songs from the old material, but...
The whole Restless on the Wild album.
Yeah, but I would almost argue nowadays we found our style even more. I mean, I would say these last 3 albums that we've done with Mark more to the point than anything we've ever done in the past.
Absolutely.
I mean, I'd say something like Teutonic Terror or
great tunes.
You know,
we'll give them the X.
Give them the X. And because it's got all the elements that we're known for, and I think over time our songwriting has gotten better and better. But you know, I guess you can never really top anything, you know, that was created in the 80s like that, and because it means so much more to people. It's you know,
right.
And we would have to wait another 30 years to see what Teutonic Terror does over time. You know, being from Germany, having a guy like Udo as a lead singer, I never realized right away we are different, and we don't have a chance to go mainstream. You know. No chance, because
all of us were against the stream.
Right.
Well, you kind of, you know, when you did the Eat the Beat record after he left,
that was our attempt to be a little more mainstream, and it could have worked, but it didn't, and it's all for the better.
Boom! As soon as you came back in 2010, 2 years later, you know, you did Stalingrad. 2 years after that, the new album Blind Rage, and you know, Blind Rage #1 in Germany.
How about that?
Yeah.
Cool, huh?
I mean, it's amazing that you guys came back and.
I mean, nobody was more surprised than we were by this whole success, because we just wanted to do it because we like making music and we wanted to see if we can't go anywhere with Mark. But really, we didn't really know what was all going to happen. We were prepared for anything. Honestly, we just knew we wanted to give it one more good shot and one more try, and we met Mark and we felt like, you know, here we've got a guy. If this is not going to work with him, then maybe we'll give it up for good. But you know, it felt so right that we thought like we've got one more fight in us. So let's give it all we've got and let's lay it out there and see what the fans will say. And if they hate it, then we'll pack it in or whatever. But at least we've tried it, you know.
And of course, Mark Torino with T.T. Quick. Were you familiar with T.T. Quick back in the 80s?
A little bit. We've heard about him, but we weren't like totally familiar with him. We always heard there's some guy who's got a slight resemblance to Udo's voice, and actually Michael Wagner, our friend and producer from back in the day, he had worked with him a little bit, so I guess he told us about it. Yeah, he mentioned it. Okay.
Hey, what's up? I am Scott. And I am Ken. We are not the Chemical Brothers, but we are the Crystal Method. And you are watching TradioV.
Hi, I'm Holly, and this is Michael. We're on Love Life on TradioV every day.
No! Every Tuesday.
Tuesdays.
Every day I try to get her to have a love life. But every Tuesday, where you can watch us and hear us, only one place.
Only hear him, though.
5 p.m. Pacific time, TradioV. We're going to talk about love, relationships, intimacy. There'll be some sex, but not between us.
No, I don't have sex with him.
Not often. You're single, we're going to share with you what to do if you just want booty calls or be in a relationship. Oh, you know you like booty calls.
I do.
What's it like to be in a relationship? We always say you have to be a strong me before you can be a great we. One place, right here, Tuesdays, 5 p.m. Pacific, only on TradioV, right?
Yep.
Cool.
TradioV. Radio in TV. Radio in TV.
Ira Black, and you're watching Inside Metal with Robart, Bob Nalbandian.
I mean, I tell you, the 90s were so weird because nobody really knew where's it gonna go, where's it gonna go next, and what's the next trend, and what should we do, because we knew nobody wanted us anymore, you know, nobody wanted to hear about heavy metal. everybody was focusing on grunge and that new style, and so nobody of these traditional 80s bands knew quite what to do with themselves. Should they change and adapt, or should they just go away? And I guess we all tried various degrees of adaptation and changed our looks a little bit, and even tried to write slightly different songs, but we tried to walk that fine line of pleasing the new times a little bit, but staying true to yourself, and that is always very hard to do.
Sure.
And I guess most bands pretty much failed in that time to make any meaningful albums, and I know we did. Because even those albums, except for maybe Objection Overruled, all these other albums that we did, didn't really contain really strong material, and it's only because we were trying to redefine ourselves to a certain degree, and I'm glad these days are over, because now that we're back together, we know exactly what Accept is good at and what we should do, what we should focus on, and so it's a lot easier than it was for us in the 90s.
Was it, I know by the late 90s you were already living in the States, right?
Sure.
But a lot of German bands, you saw bands like Primal Fear and of course Halloween were really starting to take off.
Yeah.
Despite the situation with the way the music business was here in the U.S. being more, still wasn't really accepted to metal. Seemed like in Germany and even in Sweden, some of the bands, Hammerfall and all these newer bands that were very influenced by Accept, were starting to gain momentum and popularity. Was that kind of an incentive? It was like, hey man,
if they're doing it, we can do it.
Absolutely, because you were the masters. You were the ones that inspired a lot of stuff.
Yeah, but we didn't have a singer to do it with, because the band was broke up and Udo had his own band, and it was always not even a chance to do anything, because Accept was no longer existing. And the few times that we tried to do anything or asked Udo, he always said, no, I've got my own band, leave me alone, kind of thing, And we respected that, and it's totally cool. So there wasn't even an option until one day we found Mark Tonillo, and we thought, like, wait a minute, if Udo doesn't, maybe and then all of a sudden we said, sure, we're going to try it. But in all these years, we didn't never even think about restarting Accept with anybody else. It's crazy, huh? I know.
Yeah, that's crazy. So talk about what you got going now. Of course, Blind Rage still going strong. You got some festival dates this summer, right?
Heck yeah, we've got a lot of shows lined up for this summer.
This is Neil Turbin here at NAMM 2015, and you're watching Inside Metal.
2015 with my good friend here, Jerry Best.
Thanks, Bob. How you doing, buddy?
One of the greatest LA bands of the 80s that never quite made it, the band Lion. One of my favorites.
Yeah, thanks, Bob.
Yeah. Dangerous Attraction, that debut album, amazing album. Song-wise, production-wise, everything was just ahead of its time. You had that European metal sound in LA. You didn't quite have that hair metal sound of the the Motleys and the Birds.
More that West Coast sound.
Exactly. Of course, Cal Swan from England, from the British new wave of British heavy metal band Titan, and Doug Aldridge, one of my favorite guitar players, and Mark Edwards on drums. Master drummer, man. What a great band.
I was very grateful to be in that band, because there was a lot of talent, and that worked well together. Some people will get really good players together, but they don't have the chemistry or the just the groove and what have you. But that band, all the pieces fit really well, and the personalities work, and I think it showed. And we have to this day, a real loyal fan base. And people all over the world that say the kind of same nice things that you do. That hey, never quite So,
as I say, as good as he sounded on record, this band was even better live. I remember seeing him live, and I always just tell people, if you took White Snake and crossed it with Dio, you would get Lion.
Yeah.
And ironically enough, you played with Dio.
Yeah.
Doug has played with White Snake and Dio after, so there's kind of that brotherhood there.
Yeah, well, the joke used to be with Ronnie was like, I should have just hired Lion. I was like, that's kind of funny coming through the ranks, because of Doug after me and whatever. So, yeah, you're right.
And then, of course, after that, you played with Mike Tramp, Freak of Nature.
Played Freak of Nature, did 3 records with that, really toured. I mean, we probably did 450, 500 shows, and I mean, cut a lot of teeth, a lot of frequent flyer miles in that band, let me tell you. So, a lot of festivals, good times. I'm glad to be part of that too.
And just recently, Jerry played with one of my all-time favorite guitar players, a true legend, Manny Charlton from Nazareth.
That's right.
Toured,
we
Brazil,
went down to Mexico, Brazil as well, in South America, and man, he's just he's a great underrated guitar player. I mean, when you talk about 70s guitar players, good songwriter, good player, good tone, and he's a nice guy too. You know what I mean? I really feel grateful, Bob, that my phone has rang and I've gotten to play with some of these really influential people that, once again, I'm just humbled.
All right, once again, Manny Charlton and, of course, Jerry Best going to be featured in the second Inside Metal installment. The LA Metal Scene Explodes. Getting ready to prepare to put that one out. And, definitely well-deserving. Lion, one of the truly underrated bands of that LA scene. That Scotty Brothers record. You just did the one album, and then you did the second one independently.
Yeah, with a guy from New Jersey, Brian McAvoy, Grand Slam Records. I think he came from Friday Morning Quarterback.
That's right, big radio guy,
And that record, it was okay, but we'd already gone through such hard times with Scotty Brothers that it was hard to rebound after that. I think finally the band was just it wasn't working. It wasn't they weren't doing videos for us. They weren't doing tour support, and really that band, I think, had that problem with it, and that's why it didn't really go as far. Now, other territories like Germany and Japan, they love Lion, you know what I mean? They really could see, we did some great gigs, so.
But still, you're still going strong. 30 years later, still touring out with Manny. I know you're doing tons of session work and live work with all.
I'm like I said too, Bob. I'm really lucky. My phone rings, and I'm there, and I really just relish the fact of playing with people that are my peers, and when they call me up and I get to play with them, it makes it even more special. So.
Right on. Well, good. Jerry Best, Inside Metal. Thank you, Jerry.
You got it. Thanks, Bob.
How you doing? This is Gonzo and Phil Sandoval from Armored Saint, and you're rocking out to Inside Metal. Yeah, better be crank, you.
All right, we're here inside Metal with the guys in St. Ridley. What's going on, gentlemen? How you doing? We got Paul here, Matt over here, and David right here. Brand new band out of Michigan, and a lot of good stuff coming out of Michigan. And of course, Michigan, Detroit, one of the originators, MC5, Alice Cooper, The Nuge, all that kind of great stuff. Is that kind of embedded in your blood? You're around the Detroit area, right?
Yeah, we're around the Detroit area. I'm mainly north of Detroit. I'm outside of Detroit. He's kind of like Flint area. Matt, I would say, is closer to Detroit than I am.
It's all the same.
It's all the same.
It's all measured. How is the scene there now? Is it pretty pumping? Or?
No, actually, the Detroit scene used to be a lot stronger, but it's kind of a good thing. It's urging bands to get out there and tour.
Right on. Cool. So, and you are releasing your debut album, correct?
Yes, we are. Actually, we have our album out right now on iTunes, Amazon, Google Play. It's called Fool or a King. But pretty shortly, we're going to be reworking a couple things and re-releasing it.
Awesome.
So,
yeah, excuse me, you got an interesting story. I read about you come back from the dead.
Yeah, I was very unhealthily overweight, so I got a weight loss surgery. The surgery went great, but one problem, the doctors kind of forgot to give me blood thinners. So after a long recovery, I'm finally starting to get back to my feet. And then a blood clot the size of the marble went to my heart. Killed me 4 times. The longest time was just under 5 minutes. And I kept going. They kept bringing me back. I ended up having to get a stent in my heart and a balloon pump and just a big mess. And
do you remember anything from that in your mind? What was going on? Or?
Yeah, I do. I was there with my sister. Very supportive. Love my sister. And pretty much what I remember is just feeling warm and comfortable and kind of just fade to black, man. And then the next thing, it didn't really hurt, but waking up hurt like hell.
Wow, that's well to bring on a brighter side. You're working with my man Sean Baruch, and you got an upcoming tour coming up, I understand.
He's gay.
Yeah, well, that too.
Yep, and Sean's gay.
He's coming out of the closet now. You can go ahead and show him there.
We got a few tours coming up. I'm honestly not sure which ones I'm allowed to say.
Come on, you can say it. He's right here. He don't mind. Do you mind, Sean?
Well, we won't know till Monday.
Yeah, we won't know. Well, we got our fingers crossed, but I assure you, it's a very solid package and a lot of dates, and we're going to be all over the country again. Quite a long, extensive tour.
Very cool, man.
It's going to be a blast.
And I heard the new tracks, man. Got some good stuff. Kind of got a little bit of that 90s kind of grunge feel with a lot of new sound, and even that old Detroit sound kind of comes out of you a little bit. Detroit late 60s kind of.
Yeah, we all have very different influences, but mainly I'm influenced by a lot of the 90s grunge era stuff.
Right.
I guess it kind of comes through, I guess.
What about you, David? Tell that guy not to work.
Mostly 90s grunge, metal, thrash, punk. Gotta love the punk and thrash from Detroit. You know.
Very cool. Matt, any influences in particular you bring to the table?
I mean, I produced the record, so my influences, I tried to keep more subtle since I listen to everything.
Great production.
So, thank you very much. I appreciate that.
You recorded in Michigan?
Yeah. I own a studio back in Rochester Hills, which is right outside of Detroit. We did the record there, and once we finished it, hey, what's up, guys? Once we finished the record, I decided to join the band and just kind of working from there now.
Very cool. So what can we expect in the future? We got the new album coming out this spring.
We're not sure.
Possibly,
We're not sure.
Hopefully hopefully a summer tour.
Yeah, we got summer tours coming up, and possibly some stuff overseas. Right. And our next album coming out is going to be very, very. We're super excited about it. Got a lot of songs ready to throw out there. A little bit heavier. Actually, kind of goes both ends of the spectrum, like we like to do. You know, you got your heavy songs on there. You got a lighter song on there. You got your rock songs, your like truly metal songs. We try to give the Baskin Robbins approach, 31 flavors.
I like that. Right on. Cool, man. Well, definitely check the band out. St. Ridley. I'm sure you got a Facebook page. You got some website.
Yeah, it's St. Ridley Music. On Facebook.com. We got a stridley.com website coming out real soon. Going to launch that. We had nightmares with it. It's just taking a while. We're not going to put it on until it's perfect. But other than that, yeah, everything's going good for us.
Right on, man. St. Ridley, definitely check them out.
Hey guys, this is Wolf Hoffman.
And Peter Boltus from Accept.
And we're at the NAMM Show 2015, and you're on Inside Metal.
You are watching TradioV, Radio and TV.